Good afternoon, meteorologist age by forecast, guys, and welcome back to the video. Hope you guys are all enjoying your wonderful Tuesday afternoon. And many of you guys actually seen some incredibly weird conditions today. We've seen blizzard conditions for many years in Ohio, all the way down to areas into Tennessee. Well, Tennessee actually mostly saw tonight. But guys, we're actually not going to be posting on Windstorm Caleb because actually it's mostly gone. There's only some little smaller areas into near North Carolina and the little parts of the coast near the Maine, but it's actually not that much at all. And don't worry, guys. I was gonna make a video on Windstorm Caleb, but when I got home, there was nothing on the radar, guys. Not even on the next couple of hours. It's mostly gone already. It's this cold front, it really pushed it out. So instead of Windstorm Caleb, I'm going to be talking on the historic cold we're going to be possibly seeing today all the way into the weekend. I'm already seeing possibly 40 degrees right now. Usually it's not that the high isn't this low, and I'm going to be getting up to possibly 21 degrees by tomorrow morning, and same thing for Thursday morning, guys. So it's really getting cold, and that's just the south. Can you imagine what we're going to be seeing in the Midwest and the Northeast? We're going to be seeing single digits, guys. We're going to be seeing winter conditions. In some of these areas, don't even see this temperatures whatsoever. So we have a lot of new updates. I'm also going to be posting my state snowfall forecast later, just after this, guys. So yeah, be sure to hit the subscribe button, guys. We're less than 10 away from 1900, guys. My 1-year anniversary for YouTube is in exactly a week. So guys, I really want to get to 1900 before that happens, and let's try to get to 2000 by the end of the month. So hope you guys enjoyed this video and stay warm. Let's get in this video. So my mom actually bought firewood right now. We went to Publix, so we got firewood, and we already have a huge threats out here in the south, and also especially the south central. We're gonna have incredibly cold conditions. Some of these areas do see these temperatures, but obviously a month. This is like a month or two earlier than seeing these temperatures, especially for areas in Alabama, Texas, and Florida. So we do actually have freeze warnings in effect. I'm actually in a freeze warning, and also it's super cold with this wind, so it feels a lot colder. I was actually under a winter storm. A wind advisory earlier today, not winter storm, a wind advisory earlier today. Many more areas in the south central actually wind advisories. We have wind advisories for areas into central near Columbia, South Carolina, and Augusta, Georgia, and areas in Blue Ridge and Helen, Georgia that are just north of me. But in the dark blue, we do have actually areas and freeze warning for dark blue. So that's actually for Charleston, South Carolina. We have areas into Savannah, Georgia. We have Albany, Georgia. We have Atlanta, Georgia. We have my suburb area. We have Montgomery, Alabama. We have Mobile, Alabama. We have Jackson, Mississippi. We have areas all the way into Houston that can be seeing record-breaking cold temperatures, and we're gonna be seeing obviously some teens out here. We also do have some hard freeze warnings now for areas near Baton Rouge, also for areas into the areas north of the Houston area. So we have incredibly cold conditions, and we also have freeze watches for areas near Valdosta, Georgia. We also do have these other some multiple regions where we do have some windstorm advisories, but again, not too bad. We still have areas into near Asheville, North Carolina, into Franklin, North Carolina. We still have areas in the Appalachians to West Virginia that's still going to be seeing a little bit more snow, but not that much at all. We still have windstorm warnings, though, for Erie, Pennsylvania, and we also have these warnings just off the Cleveland area. And we also have these advisories near Bangor, Maine, and also Augusta, Maine. But without further ado, let's get actually now into the two temperature anomaly. And as you can tell, this is actually the cold front that was pushing Windstorm Caleb. This is actually the cold front that actually made Caleb, kind of, really. So again, this is the cold front that was really managing where Caleb went. So as you can tell, all this cold front has already reached areas in the coast. So that's why Windstorm Caleb is just off the areas of the coast. So we have a couple flurries out there for the northeast coast. But as you can tell, we have many widespread areas. It is not just a little area. We have widespread areas that could be seeing well below average temperatures. We can see 16 degrees below average for some areas. And their average is cold enough at this time of the year. So imagine what we're going to be seeing now. As you can tell, we have the heart of this cold front right here We're going to be seeing up to 20 degrees below average near Jefferson City. Almost all areas in the Midwest will be seeing somewhat more than 10 degrees below average. We're going to be seeing all the way up to the areas near Corpus Christi to see up to 18 degrees below average. And this is going to be brutally cold with this wind as we continue in by the next couple of hours into tonight. We'll have these temperatures just drop drastically out here in these areas in the Tennessee Valley and the Ohio Valley. We're going to be seeing up to some teens, maybe even feel likes in the single digits for areas into the northern Georgia area, all the way into Maine, into Wisconsin. We can be seeing feel likes like single digits. We're going to be seeing this cold front, though. Actually saw a huge wind right now. We're having huge winds right now. I just heard it's super duper loud. I was actually going to play football with my friends because it's cold. We like playing the cold, but it's just incredibly cold with these winds. So we're actually canceling. And honestly, I actually didn't really have much time to make these videos if I play with them. So I chose this. But again, we have incredibly big areas all the way from Texas to Maine to North Dakota where we can be seeing well below average temperatures. As we get into tomorrow, these temperatures will not change. So we're going to be seeing a high up to 41 degrees out here in my area. We're going to see these cold temperatures just stay in these areas for a couple up to 40 to 72 hours. We can be seeing the snow just hang in here. That can bring brutally cold conditions. We're definitely going to have to maybe start this week was actually the last week to start raking stuff. I have no more leaves in my trees now because all these winds and how cold it is. So yesterday I actually a couple of leaves, but now I have none whatsoever. But obviously, God, this is going to get a lot colder. And it's really, really hard to think about how this is only November and how we're going to see much more cold fronts to come in. It's going to be maybe one of our last major cold fronts to November, as we could have a bit of a warm-up. But as you can tell, we're going to have this cold air start to calm down just a little bit, even though it's still up to 8 to 14 degrees below average. But we're going to be seeing this cold temperature get up into the northern Appalachians, into Vermont. We can be seeing a good 12 degrees below average again. We're going to be seeing some teens out here in the southeast. And some of these areas in the southeast don't even see teens unless it's feel likes. Like, anyways, in these areas, we'll be seeing feel likes in the teens and maybe temperatures in the low 20s or high 20s. And feel like this teens, I'm going to be seeing, again, a low 21 tomorrow. So I'm definitely be wearing my Penn State sweatshirt. You already know. But again, it's just going to be incredibly cold. It's not just one little, again, it's very historically cold. Again, you're probably going to be saying, areas in the Northeast are used to seeing single digits. What do you mean historic? I mean at this early, like it's November 16th, or sorry, November 13th and 12th we're talking about, guys. This is actually super early to see these temperatures drop, especially for the Southeast. We're going to be seeing lows, not Felix, but lows in the teens, maybe up to 17 to 12 degrees, which is going to be incredibly cold. And we're going to be seeing this cold air just continue to stay here all the way to November 17th. So if you're in the South or just in generally in the East, we're not going to get a break from this cold at any point. So now we're going to be looking at the European model, and as you can tell, you can see off the bat how cold it is, up to 21 degrees below average. Incredibly cold conditions. It's like this is basically maybe our first ever Arctic blast this season. If you want to maybe even call it a clipper, because it did bring a Caleb again. We're going to have these temperatures. The European is actually showing the major part of the cold front actually like dipping like this instead of this. So that's a huge change with the GFS and European. Even though we're still going to have these record-breaking colds, obviously it's going to definitely cause huge changes. Like you can be my high yesterday was 62 degrees and my low was like 35, and now look, my high today was 40 something, and now my low tomorrow is like 41 degrees. So that's just how it can change so fast. So I went from wearing shorts yesterday to going to pants, and now I'm looking like I'm living the Arctic. So we're going to have incredibly cold conditions though for the New England area. So we did have that snow. It's over now. So now we have the huge, brutally cold conditions, which is kind of the worst thing to have snow and then the cold instead of having the cold and then the snow. I just think it really, the cold, when you have cold, I think it just sucks when you don't have any precipitation. It's just sunny and cold. I would rather have some snow and then cold, but it's just gonna be just like one of these cold fronts, and we're gonna be seeing this cold air continue to stay out here, and it's just not gonna be too nice. Again, with the new time change, it's gonna be getting way darker. So you won't have much time to enjoy somewhat some slightly above freezing temperatures, and then the dark, it will just get dark super fast. So we'll have these cold fronts or the cold air just really coming in out of nowhere. So that's that. And now we'll be looking at the real-time temperatures really quick. I don't want to make this video too long because I still have one more to go. But as you can tell, just look at these temperatures, guys. Like, just look at this: 7 degrees for Milwaukee and up to Madison, Wisconsin. Like, look at this. We're going to be seeing below freezing temperatures all the way into Jackson, Mississippi, guys. Like, we don't really see that at all this early. Like, look how far this border of the below freezing is, like the freezing line. It's quite incredible. As we go into tonight, though, these temperatures will really drop. I'll be seeing around 19 degrees. So quite cold. I don't recall a time I've seen 19 this early. But look at this. We're going to be seeing below freezing temperatures getting up near the coast. Like, look at this. We're going to be seeing up to 27 degrees for Gulfport and 28 degrees in the Panhandle. Like, this is incredible. But that's not the only thing incredible. Look at this. We're going to be seeing up to 7 degrees for Toledo, up to 8 degrees, which is considered the warm-up. And then we can actually up to 4 degrees for upstate New York, guys. This is not even a joke. Like, this is just too cold. We can actually see negative digits, though, for New York, these over there in the national park. As we see the highs out here again, obviously a high of 42. We can actually have areas out here. See, all these areas will be seeing highs that are below freezing, like a high of 19 degrees for Michigan, a high of 27 degrees for Albany, a high of about 35 or 30 degrees for New York, a high of less than below freezing for Memphis, which is really, really rare to see that unless there's a snowstorm or something, which it is over already. But as we continue on by Thursday, again, guys, this is not just 1 or 2 nights. By the second night, it becomes even more widespread, having up to 13 to 14 degrees out there near Green Bay, Wisconsin. But as we go more into the overnight hours, these cold fronts do come in. This cold air just keeps on coming. We see maybe negative digits for northern Minnesota. We have this huge air off the Appalachian that we see well below freezing temperatures, up to 29 for Tupelo, 23 for Pittsburgh, 25 for State College, 21 for Indianapolis, and 21 for Aurora, Illinois, guys. So we're definitely going to have super cold temperatures. And look at this, guys. We're going to be seeing possibly negative 6 degrees out here into New York. Like, just look at this. We're going to be seeing negative digits for areas into Vermont. We're going to be seeing another cold blast of well below freezing temperatures getting out here into the South Central. We have areas into Nashville getting to 25. I'll see a temperature of the 34. So yeah, it's just going to get very, very cold. Again, I'll have another night where I get up to 31. Again, up to single digits, up to near areas of the upstate New York area. Looks like we're going to have more widespread teens in 20s, guys. So this is actually very, very, very cold in general. But like, this honestly is very surprising how it's getting to the Gulf. Like, it's just incredible how we can see 26 degrees near Baton Rouge. I just don't recall something like this. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video, and bye, guys.